I, 23M, am turned off by cuddling my GF, 22F. I, 23M, am kinda concerned for my GF's, 22F, health and I'm not sure what to do. To start off, she's had some eating issues for a while and regularly throws up after meals or avoids eating as much as possible. This is something we've been trying to work through together, but it doesn't seem like there's been much of an improvement. She's so hyperfixated on weight and food and how bloated and fat she is. Even though she's 5 feet 6 in height, not sure what she weighs but comfortably fits in a size 00. That she's always checked out and hardly in the mood to do things. Cuddle, or be intimate. When we do cuddle or hug, it just worries me because I can distinctly feel each bone and crevice in her rib cage and my arm fits too well. It's like a puzzle piece in the concave space between her lower rib and hip bone. Rubbing her back, all I feel is bone in her spine. When I comment my concern, she says some women's bodies are just built differently and it really isn't uncommon or unhealthy to feel a bone every here and there. I mean, maybe I'm just fat, but is it normal to feel your significant other's bones so prominently while cuddling or being intimate? Boyfriends of Reddit, do you feel your girlfriend's ribs when cuddling? How do you feel about it? If I am correct in my concern, how do I convince her to improve her health? In my eyes, I would love for her to gain a minimum of 30 pounds. Just to be at a healthy place. But she's even researched weight loss pills? Sometimes I'm at a loss for how to help. Thanks. She needs to be asked point blank to see her doctor. Anorexia and bulimia can permanently and/or fatally injure her. This is beyond relationship advice. This is the territory of urgent medical advice. Your GF needs a doctor and therapy. When I was a child and in hospital, not for an eating disorder, there were so many girls there who were anorexic and starving themselves. Many of them weren't alive a few years later. Too big for us on Reddit, she needs medical intervention. Forget the cuddles. Your GF needs to see a doctor and a therapist. ASAP. She is suffering from anorexia and bulimia. These could be fatal. This isn't just a matter of her physical health. Eating disorders or serious mental health conditions. She should see a doctor and a therapist immediately. She sounds like she has an eating disorder. Talk to a doctor. Your girlfriend needs help. This sounds like an ED and this is going to hurt her. You need to convince her to see a doctor at this point and work through this. Physically and mentally. Before it's fatal. When you get through that, you'll have your comfy cuddles. Your girlfriend has an eating disorder. And though it is nice that you want to help her, you are not qualified to do so. She needs to see a professional. This can be tricky because she can only get better if she wants to. And it kind of sounds like she isn't interested. I struggled with anorexia and bulimia throughout my teens and into my 20s. Each person with eating disorders has their own unique struggles. But it's never just about the food. There is an underlying cause such as anxiety, depression, trauma, etc., and the eating disorder won't get better until the root problem is addressed. Throwing up after eating is not normal. Starving yourself is not normal. These are problems that can and will lead to deteriorating health, and in extreme cases, even death. Please encourage your girlfriend to speak with her doctor about this and go from there. Also keep in mind that she won't do it if she doesn't want to. In that case, you need to think long and hard about whether you want to stick around with someone who refuses to get help, and watch your health deteriorate no matter what you do. There are so many ways for this situation to lead to heartbreak. Just know that you are not the one who is responsible for getting help. She is. She needs medical and psychological help immediately. This is not normal. You're turned off by cuddling her? That's so far down on the scale of importance her health and life are on the line with an ED like this. This is not normal and you absolutely have to get her to a therapist, not just any therapist, fine. One who specializes in eating disorders. A therapist who does not specialize in it will have a much lower chance of success. This is not a should go, it's a must go. This is straight up a very serious mental illness. She can live a perfectly happy, normal life, but only if she gets the right treatment. This does not just go away or get better on its own. I cannot stress this enough. I don't care how or what it takes. Talk to her and search for therapists in your area who specialize in eating disorders and start making calls together. She has to go. I think you're burying the lead here, dude. She needs medical help. I'm sorry that this is happening to you and your girlfriend, but the truth is she doesn't need a boyfriend right now. This isn't something you deal with together. She needs to acknowledge the seriousness of the health risk and get medical help ASAP. She needs a medical intervention and serious psychiatric help. This is not normal, and is signs of a very, very severe eating disorder. She could die if she does not get help soon. Do the right thing. Maybe gather friends and family to intervene. Another vote for medical assessment as soon as possible. Eating disorders are no joke. I'll be blunt. You can't fix this. You must get her help. Call in the family and lay it out. Get her to the doctor. This is something we have been trying to work through together. That is your primary mistake. This is not something for you to work through. This is something for you to support her during and for her and a therapist to work through. This sounds like a serious problem. A legit eating problem. You need to get her in counseling. Start with couples if that is the only way you can get her into it. Say it is more for you to help you communicate better if that is what it takes. But get her through that door. Then you need to talk to that therapist about what you need to do to support her and help. Then you do that. 1. Considering you're writing this post. You know it's not a boyfriends of Reddit. Is this normal? Situation. You are well aware that it is not normal. But I would use the phrase, it's not healthy, instead. Because eating disorders are incredibly common. Especially given that you listed multiple eating disorder behaviors like purging and anorexia. 2. I was in the GF's shoes before. However, I never purged or starved myself enough to lose significant weight. What I will say was my case and maybe hers JS that if her goal is to get smaller and smaller. Commenting that she is in fact getting smaller may be having the opposite effect and encouraging her to do it more. It may be received by her as evidence that what she is doing is working or having the intended effect that she wanted. When I was purging and starving myself, I often had people telling me things like, "You're looking good. You look nice and slim, something's different. Have you been working out?" And it made me so much more motivated to continue the unhealthy behaviors. This is why it's important to refrain from body comments even when you think they're positive. I'm sure this is incredibly difficult for you. But do your very best to avoid mention of her weight, size, etc. and only focus on the surrounding health afflictions that accompany these disorders if you feel the need to bring it up in conversation with her. But more importantly, this is her battle to fight, and yours to be supportive of. Try to encourage her to seek medical attention because her situation sounds severe. It is simply too much for one partner to take on. And if you wait much longer, there will absolutely be irreversible consequences. Lastly, food and body image is the only thing on her mind. Guaranteed. If you can manage it, maybe try to serve some parts of her life that are being neglected as she embarks on recovery. Start a new show together. Do crafts and painting. Anything low energy expenditure that can help keep her mind off of food and her body. It's not an end-all be-all solution, but it can make a world of difference for someone in recovery to see that there are other things in this world to enjoy that don't evolve around self-image. I hope this helps a little bit. Best wishes to your and your partner heart. Your girlfriend has an eating disorder. This is a serious thing. Anorexia is actually the mental health issue with the highest fatality rate. Your GF needs serious medical and mental health assistance. Sounds like your girlfriend has an eating disorder. She needs to see a doctor and therapist ASAP. She is severely mentally ill. Eating disorders are mental illnesses, and they can be fatal. She needs professional help. You can't fix this.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. ThrowRA-Cast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.